I've been creating content for 4 years now, and the thing that I wanted the most was people to just watch my videos. I started off on YouTube and I was just barely getting any views, and I was just trying a bunch of stuff, and eventually I came to the conclusion that the algorithm hates me. I then moved on to short form platforms, and I kind of came to that conclusion as well. But after doing some studying, some research, I actually found there's a way to make people want to watch your videos. That's right, you can make a video and you can make people want to watch them without using no clickbait, like unrealistic title, and lie to the viewers so they don't trust you. And in this video, I'm going to break down the 2 ways that you can do it. And each point has multiple sub points, so we're going to break those down as well. And at the end of this video, you're going to have everything that you need to go out there and make a video that people actually want to watch, so you can feel better about your content and realize, you can actually make it in the content game. Now, the first thing you want to master is communication. And by no means am I saying that I've mastered communication. It probably will take many years to master communication, but the thing you can do is practice communication and you will get better at communication. And you guys already know, the more you practice something, the better you become. And obviously, the more reps you do, the faster you'll get better at it. So my key advice is to record something every single day. If you're just starting out, you're completely new, you want to be recording at least a few videos every single week, whether you record them all in one day or you record for 30 minutes every day. Maybe you record videos in your car, just something really easy. It doesn't need to be a massive film production. You just need to get in front of the camera, look into your camera, whether it's your phone, an actual camera, a GoPro, whatever it is, just look into the lens and talk. Now, there is a few things that you can do right now in this current moment in time that can make your communication appear better than it actually is. And I'm going to go through them topics right now. Now, the first thing you can do to appear more confident on camera, especially if you're recording a video, obviously, if it's audio, this kind of doesn't work, but you can do it. It's using your hands. Now, if you watch a bunch of YouTubers, they're using their hands when they speak. And it is a natural thing for humans to do, whether you're talking to your friends, whether you're telling a story to your mom, your parents, whatever it is, you're probably using your hands. And the thing is, when you jump in front of a camera, it's like we forget all of these things. We forget how we talk. We forget the words we use. We're probably trying to read a script and it's just super unnatural. You get frustrated and therefore you kind of freeze up. Maybe you're nervous or anxious and you just don't use your hands. And I probably did this a lot at the start of my journey. Now, if you obviously don't use your hands when you normally talk, just take time and analyze yourself, then don't be someone that you aren't. But 99.9% of the time, you probably use your hands when you talk, when you're telling stories. So use it in your videos. And another key pointer is when you're talking, you want to be concise and you want to be precise. Now, I'm not trying to rhyme or nothing like that. I ain't a rapper, but when a lot of I've seen it so many times, when a lot of people come and create content, especially short form content where you need to be more concise than other platforms like YouTube, they're talking for way too long and they're covering the same thing that they've already said, like again and again and again, and it's just long. It's just long and no one's going to pay attention to that. If you say the same thing 5 times but slightly differently each time in a row, like you've already lost them. You need to find a way to say things in a few sentences and then move on to the next thing. And also, you need to be certain when you speak. And I was guilty of this. When I started out, I was like, maybe you could do this. Probably this will happen if you do this. And like, especially if you're an educator, creator, and you're trying to educate people, you being uncertain, why would anyone listen to you? Imagine that you're in a classroom or you're in a lecture hall or something like that, and the teacher's talking and trying to teach you something, and they're like, yeah, so if you do this stretch, I think this is what will happen. You're gonna think, what the hell? This teacher doesn't know jack shit. How is the teacher gonna tell you maybe if you do this exercise, they think this will happen? That's not teaching. That's like giving out a theory. No one wants to listen to theories when there's absolutes out there. And another thing that you need to do, and I was guilty of this as well, is be polarizing. Like Neural Knowledge does this so well. I'm not sure if it's intentional with it or what, but when he talks about vegan sandals, he's like, yo, dead it. Crystals, dead it. Channeling, dead it. Like anything that you don't disagree with, you don't want to be on the fence about it. Just be like, yo, I don't believe in it. I don't do that. I don't do that. Dead. I don't agree with it, dead. It's the same way if I was to go out here and say Jamaicans are the best people in the world, like no doubt about it. And yes, I'm Jamaican and it's biased, but I'm not going to be like, maybe we're the best people in the world. We are the best people in the world. It's the same way if I was going to say, you know, Sony cameras are the best, not, oh, I think Sony's the best, you know, Canon are pretty good as well, you know, DJI are coming up as well. No, nigga, Sony is the best. Now that's just the communication aspect. If there's anything more important than the communication, it's got to be the idea itself. Because maybe you got the communication on point, maybe you're a public speaker, maybe you've done all of this and you know how to speak, you know how to communicate, you're very, like, your words are very compelling, they're interesting, they keep people engaged, but your videos still get no views. That is because the idea that you have is trash. And I'm going to tell you how to get good ideas and how to identify bad ideas. Just bear with me. Now, the first mistake a lot of people make is they come up with one idea and they think, yep, eureka, you know, that's the best idea. It's probably not. This is why I tell all of my clients to generate 5 ideas every single day and send it to me if they want to be, you know, accountable. But by generating 5 ideas every single day, that's going to allow you to pick the best, you know, 7 ideas or the best 3 ideas, depending on how many videos you make per week. You'll pick the best ones and then develop those ones into actual videos, into scripts or whatever. And that way you'll have a bigger pool to select from, and you'll probably pick the better idea rather than just thinking of one idea and then, you know, picking that idea because you had no other options. You don't even know if that's the best one. It's like you go into a store, right? And there's cookies. Now, let's do Subway, for example. Let's say there's the chocolate chip cookie, there's the white chocolate chip cookie, and then there's the rainbow one. But you go in there and you only see the chocolate chip one, and you go there and say, yeah, that's the best cookie. I'm gonna try the chocolate chip. Whereas if they said, hey, we'll have the other cookies if you just wait 2 minutes, you can sample each one and see which one's the best. If you don't do that, then how would you ever know that the chocolate chip is the best compared to the white or the rainbow? You get what I'm trying to say? Like, you need to see each idea before you just develop one and then run with it. Oh, and by the way, if you are a creator, coach, consultant, agency owner, or anyone that creates content and wants to build a personal brand, get views, get higher quality leads, there's a link in the description to work with me one-on-one for 12 weeks, and I hope you do exactly that. And another way to know if an idea is good to develop and turn into a video is how big is the curiosity in that idea or video? Like, how big is the curiosity loop? And a curiosity loop is basically a gap in someone's knowledge or something that they don't know and they want to know the answer to it, but they have to watch the video to get the answer. Now, if they can click on the video and guess what the answer is going to be within 2 minutes and the video's 30 minutes, they're probably not going to finish the video. They're just going to be like, oh, we're just going to talk about this again, just like everybody else, and then click off the video. Now, the way you can assess how good your curiosity loop is just by looking at the idea, thinking of the title of the video, the thumbnail if you're on YouTube, or just how you would go about the video, and then think how many questions is the viewer gonna ask themselves once they hear the hook to your video, the intro, see the title, see the thumbnail. For example, this video that you clicked on right now, how to make videos that people actually want to watch. You're thinking, okay, how do I do it? First of all, oh, people aren't watching my videos, I must be missing something. I wonder what I'm missing. Is it a technique? Is it a strategy? Like, there's so many questions and you just don't know the answer. Now, granted, you might click on the video and you're like, oh, it's just going to talk about something else, or he's going to mention what this other person spoke about. I've already watched a video like this. Or you might click on the video and think, damn, this might be something new. I'm gonna stick around and watch. And if you're seeing this part of the video right now, you've fallen into the curiosity loop, and it's not a bad thing. That's just how all videos work on the internet. The only reason you watch a video is because you're curious to see how it ends, see what happens, see what info you're missing out on, and you have to just watch the video to find out what they tell you. Now, there are a few other things that you can do to make your video more interesting or make the idea more interesting, and I'll quickly cover those points. It's how relevant that kind of topic that you're going to talk about is. If, you know, you're probably not going to make a video today talking about a MacBook that came out in 2015, unless you're going to compare it to a MacBook that's recently come out, but it's no longer that relevant. That MacBook is nearly 10 years old, so you're probably not going to talk about it. Imagine if I came out with a video talking about, you know, a MacBook Air 2015 review. You're going to be like, what? Like, what? That I'm not going to buy that laptop. First of all, it's 10 years old. They'd like, how would you even get that laptop in good condition? It just wouldn't work. Another thing you can do is talk about topics or do topics that are trending. And that's the reason you can call this clout chasing, but there's a way to do it without actually making it, you know, a clout chasing move. And it's the reason you see a bunch of creators, or more likely news outlets, kind of cover these topics. For example, Young Philly, that's kind of, at this time of recording this video, that's kind of trending right now, and people are making videos about it, and there's a bunch of views because people are highly invested into it. There's going to be a new thing next week and the month after. There's always something new, something trending that you can basically attach your content to and then get views on the back end of that. Now, I'm not trying to say attach your content to Young Philly or news cases if your channel's not about the news. Like for me, I'm not going to be talking about Young Philly on my channel because my channel's not really about that. Even though he is a creator and I probably could find a way to twist it, but it's an ongoing case. I'm not gonna like talk about that stuff. But for example, when MKBHD was trending for his wallpaper app, I can talk about that. That's a trending topic. I made a video about it and it performed better than my other videos. And you know, you can do this in your industry, your niche, whether it's business, finance, I don't know, makeup, fashion, accounting, whatever it is. And honestly, probably one of the best ways to develop an idea and know an idea is interesting is make it a story. You can incorporate stories into your educational content, whether it's lists or steps, but or you can just have a video just based on a story. And more YouTubers are doing this. For example, MKBHD released a video talking, it was a story about how the FBI, or how he was investigated by the FBI or something like that. Now, first of all, you know, FBI, high profile, MKBHD, also high profile. What did MKBH do? There's so many questions. Like, I wanted to know the answer, so I watched the video. And he basically told the story from start to the end. And because I didn't know how it ended, I stayed till the end. And it's just highly engaging. And I'm sure it was probably one of his best performing videos. Obviously, that's not like a tech video. So yeah, stories are a great way, whether you're demonstrating your losses, showing your wins, talking about your lessons, mistakes, just stuff like that. But honestly, that's exactly how you get people to watch your videos. And again, if you are a creator, coach, consultant, or anyone that creates content that wants to build a personal brand, you can apply to work with me with the link in the description below for 12 weeks, one-on-one, and I'll help you do exactly that. Peace.